Last week, I made a video about how to defeat Sheeva Stomp in Mortal Kombat 11, and to my surprise, that video actually did very well. But this video has to do better though, so make sure to leave a like down below and comment which attacks you think are best for beating Sheeva. And once the video is done, if you like what you see, make sure to subscribe for more videos in the future, because we are quickly approaching 300,000 subscribers. So today, let's find out if any other attacks are great for countering Sheeva Stomp. Hey man, the neighbors are being really loud again. Can I borrow your sword? Oh, well never mind. Underdog's wearing Raycons and they have a noise isolating fit, so he won't hear a thing. And since editing takes forever, Raycon's 6 hours of playtime should keep him busy. Although I do have to admire the seamless Bluetooth pairing, along with more bass and a compact design that makes them extra comfy, which is likely why I see him use them while he works out or goes for runs. Of course, I choose to spend my time on more important things. Even so, I wouldn't mind having my own pair of Raycons to bring my favorite content everywhere I go. But I guess I'll just have to wait until tomorrow to steal that. Whoa, hey, whoa, look out, those things are booby traps! I mean, it's not my fault, alright? You gotta booby trap your collectibles, and you know what? Just don't take people's stuff! Is that so hard? Just don't take people's stuff! Well, at least he didn't get my Raycons. From the way they design their products to the way they price them, Raycon prioritizes their customers from start to finish. Raycon's earbuds are half the price of their competitors, and they also come with a 45-day free return policy, along with a wide range of colors and patterns, a variety of fit options, and no dangling wires or stems. Now, you may not know this, but Raycon was co-founded by Ray J, and celebrities like Mike Tyson and Snoop Dogg are in love with them. So what are you waiting for? Go ahead and get yourself a pair today. Just click the link in the description or go to buyraycon.com/trueunderdog for 15% off your Raycon purchase. Alright, so first up we have Raiden Storm Cell, and I have high hopes for this move. For one thing, it hits above him, and number two, it's pretty active, so you know what? I don't want to get too excited, but I have high hopes for this move. Okay, so just like last video, I recorded Sheeva doing the regular stomp and the delayed stomp, and I have playback set to random. And it's my job as a scientist to try to counter both without knowing which one is coming. Here we go. Okay, so I gotta do it a bit later if she goes for the delay. Oh, look at that, it still got her at the very end. Oh, but you know what? There is a gap there. That's unfortunate. It's not a perfect circle. There does seem to be a gap, but look at that. It does hit. And the cool thing is if I amplify, I don't get a combo. I spoke too soon. I keep doing that. I keep speaking too soon, and I'm always wrong each time I do it. You know what? It's not terrible. The only issue is it hits one time. That kind of stinks. A lot of the time it only hits once. I really do wish it sucked her in like a vacuum cleaner and we got all 3 hits, but even if I hit early, I seem to only get 1 hit, and I do think that's because this move is meant to hit characters who are in front of you and not directly above you. And as mentioned earlier, even if I do spin the bar, I don't get the combo. Look at that. So that's unfortunate. You don't get a very big punish. It's not worth spinning the bar, but the good news is I'm getting hits more often than I'm getting hit. So that's a good thing. I'm hitting her way more often than she's hitting me, and sometimes we trade, and if we do trade, it looks like I take a bit more damage. That's unfortunate, but even so, I think it's pretty good. It's not a terrible move. This does seem to counter stomp fairly often, and even if you don't get the hit, at the very least you trade most of the time. Is it 100% guaranteed? Absolutely not. Can it still fail like you just saw? Yes, it can, but I recommend delaying it just a little bit and then activating. And then next up, I wanted to give Fujin a chance to redeem himself, because in my last video, a lot of you mentioned that Ninja Killa goes backwards with this move, and when you move backwards, it actually does have an upward hitbox that can attack Sheeva Stomp. And I'm not sure if that's true, but once again, we are scientists, so I am going to test it and see if that hypothesis is true. Alright, here we go. Once again, playback set to random. Let's see what happens. Look at that, if you go backwards, it does hit above you. Okay, but if she delays it, I'm in trouble, but that's what the amplified option is for. Look at this. We may have one of the best counter Sheeva tornadoes in the entire game. Let's go. So it's not just for show. It does hit above you, but you have to move backwards. That is so bizarre. For anyone who didn't watch the last video, this thing normally does not hit above Fujin at all. Even if you amplify, at the very most you get a trade, which before I didn't even get that, so maybe they secretly buffed this thing in between both videos. But the good news is if you amplify backwards, then you do get a bigger hurt box. Now, if you want to be safe, you're going to have to amplify, but I think if you do, you cover both situations. I don't think she can delay it long enough. So that's kind of crazy. Look at that, I caught the early version too. Now the issue is I don't think you can release it in time to actually get a combo. I'm trying to. and it seems to have a bit more recovery than I would like. That's the only sad part. But the cool thing is, it does seem to work way more often than it fails. In fact, the only time I see this move messing up is if you release back like I just did there, or if she lands in front of you, and then unfortunately you won't get the punish, and even more unfortunate, she might be able to whiff punish you on the recovery. So it's almost flawless, it almost works in every situation, but you could do it a bit too early, or it could miss because you're going backwards, but outside of those two scenarios, it seems to work a vast majority of the time. So way to go, Fujin, I was wrong about you, this move is amazing, you just have to do the retreating tornado, you have to go backwards for whatever reason that gives you the hitbox. Just don't do it early like I just did. And then we have Shao Kahn, and we're going to be trying both of his anti-airs, so that's Skewered and Scum Grab. Now I'll be honest, I play Shao Kahn quite a lot, and I don't see this working out for him, but even so, I want to test it because I just want Shao Kahn to have something. The poor guy has been low tier ever since the game came out, but maybe he is good against Sheeva. Maybe he has something going for him that other characters don't. Please, NetherRealm, let him have this. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, so the issue is going to be timing it. I hear it actually does hit directly above him, despite the animation. The problem is, how are you going to time it? That's the issue, and it's also not active right away. It does have startup, so how are you going to make this thing work? Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't think Shao Kahn has this, guys. I saw it all over the comments. I don't think he has this, and furthermore, I don't think it hits as above him as you all said. You told me it hits right above him. I don't know, I'm aiming this thing pretty on point. Like right there, I don't think I could have timed it any better, and it still didn't work. Maybe I can backdash and then do it. Try and get better timing. No? Still not working. I don't know, guys. I don't think Skewered works. I don't think it's a good idea. The only time I believe Skewered's gonna work is if Sheeva decides to land in front of you because she expects a forward dash. Otherwise, I don't think you're gonna get it. Alright, but how about Scum Grab? As you can see, it is the little brother of the two anti-airs, much worse range, but maybe this one hits above me. Maybe that's what y'all were talking about in the comment section, so let's see. Alright, here we go. Good luck, Shao Kahn. Oh, look at that, we traded. That's unfortunate. It would have been cool if it actually won, but unfortunately, it's kind of a known fact that NetherRealm does not make good anti-airs in this game. They're good for combos, but they're not really good for catching people out of the sky, unfortunately. You are very likely to trade, even with things like jumping attacks or jumping kicks. Yeah, it's just not that good, everyone. I'm sorry if you had high hopes for Shao Kahn. This is not good for beating Sheeva Stomp. As always, the comment section continues to be hit or miss. Some people have great advice and other people have terrible advice, but even so, they insist it's true. But you know what? How about the up Wrath Hammer? Oh, it steps forward. That's interesting. Nah, unfortunately not. Believe it or not, Sheeva does actually teleport. She doesn't go up and then travel left like Pac-Man or some sort of sky crab. She does actually teleport and then come down somewhere else, and that's why it's hard to actually hit her out of the sky. And that's easy to see in this situation because I'm throwing the hammer straight up and it's still missing her because she hasn't teleported yet. Either that or I'm throwing it in front of me. In fact, the hammer itself might teleport before it can actually hit her. That's the thing. So unfortunately, Shao Kahn is dookie at countering Sheeva. He's bad in almost every regard, and he's also very bad at countering Stomp. Rest in peace, Shao Kahn. I still love playing you, and you're a lot of fun, but you're just not good against Sheeva Stomp. Alright, and finally we have Terminator's Teleport. This one, again, I have kind of high hopes for because if you amplify, you can recover almost immediately, and also you can delay it. So those two factors, when combined, might make this move strong enough to actually whiff punish Sheeva Stomp. Like I did mention at the start of this video, I wasn't going to include moves that simply avoid Sheeva Stomp, but this one is a rare exception because he recovers so darn quickly. Alright, here we go, moment of truth. Oh, I didn't punish it though. Wait, yeah, I did. I have her holding blocks, so I actually did punish that. Hey, check it out. It works. Not super well though. You do want to amplify. Oh, even then I didn't reach. Oh, I'm gonna try and do the forward too. Yeah, look at that, a punish. Let's go. Ah, you definitely want to amplify, otherwise you're just having too much of a tough time. And the cool thing is you can actually watch the screen transition. The second the screen moves, you can let go and then amplify and recover almost immediately. The issue is I'm not sure how good the punishes can actually be, but at the very least you're getting this overhead because I am telling Sheeva to block. It might not say punish, but it's lying to you because I do tell her to block. So it is actually a punish, or at least a counter hit. I'm not sure why the game's not saying punish sometimes, but I assure you, I have told her to hold block and I'm still hitting her every single time. Yeah, it's pretty darn consistent. Forward 2 is great also because you can literally travel super far out of the teleport. I wonder if back 1's a good idea. Yeah, back 1 works too. And that's some decent damage, 134. Yeah, it's really consistent. It's really good. 133, awesome. And you can do more than that. You can do like the actual command grab there. Ooh, Ooh, look at that punish, 25%. That was juicy. That was some juicy damage. It works pretty well, and you can hold it down. Wait for it, release. Look at that, that was a punish, let's go. So it is definitely possible. You can make this happen. That's the cool thing. So you know what, this might be one of the best ways to counter Sheeva. Like, it really is. It's not the easiest thing though, and I imagine in a real match it's going to be a bit tougher to do. Oh, that was the wrong input, did the wrong command grab. But yeah, I imagine in a real match it's going to be a bit tougher to do because there are so many things to keep track of, and releasing the button at just the right time isn't the easiest thing, and it's kind of awkward to release a button and then press amplify, but once you learn it, you're getting some pretty satisfying damage here every single time. 25% for one defensive bar and one offensive bar at the cost of punishing Sheeva Stomp, which is essentially priceless. I think it's pretty darn good. However, I do want to admit one thing. If the Sheeva player aims their stomp, they may be able to hit you. If she holds back when she stomps, I bet she could land on top of you. But even so, 9 times out of 10, this move is going to avoid the stomp very well, and then in the best case scenario, you punish with a very damaging combo. Or at least it's damaging as far as Sheeva Stomp punishes go. Typically your punishes aren't that good against this character, so 25% for one bar against Sheeva Stomp is actually a really good punish. Alright everyone, and there you have it. Who would have thought that Terminator has one of the best punishes against Sheeva Stomp in the entire game? Of course a DLC character would be the best counter for a DLC character. Rip to anybody who doesn't own the DLC characters, because Terminator is definitely one of the best ways to beat this character. Pay to win, am I right? That's just a joke. I don't think this game is pay to win, but my goodness does Sheeva make it hard to argue that. But thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please leave a like down below. It really does help the channel out a ton. And while you're down there, make sure to subscribe, because we are quickly approaching 300,000 subscribers, and you want to be one of the first 300k subscribers on this channel. You want to be a part of history. And also feel free to post any other attacks that you think counter Sheeva Stomp. I'd very much appreciate it, and it may appear in a future video. Make sure to come back next time, everyone, and as always, stay underdogs.